Welcome back. We're on part 2 of Police Quest in Pursuit of the Death Angel. This is the remake for Police Quest 1. So, Sonny just finished the accident. It was a fatality accident. Looked like a homicide-involved type accident. The guy looked like he'd been shot. His name was Lonnie West, which you're going to learn later. And so Steve wanted to meet up with Bonds for a break, for a coffee, and now we're at Caffeine Carol's. And we're just doing exploring as usual. And I'm actually going to go down this alley real quick. And we'll check things out. You're in the ugly, smelly, rat-infested alley behind Wino Willy's. It's a low-rent, high-crime apartment building. The tenant of this apartment seems to have opened the window to get some air. The quality of the air in this area, though, makes this a futile gesture. Old worn curtains flutter through the apartment window. Tar paper and poor tuck pointing. The roof of Wino Willy's is a meeting place for junkies, muggers, hookers, young lovers, and pigeons. With uninspiring, non-artistic, illiterate graffiti. Who knows what goes on behind the grimy upstairs windows of Wino Willy's? Even if you could see through the greasy panes of Wino Willy's window, you really wouldn't want to. Trust us on this one. A water-stained, partially collapsed cardboard box. Two unsavory types are sucking face by the Wino Willy's entrance. If it weren't for the fact that they seem to be wearing matching rags, you'd think the young lady had been hired for the occasion. It's the portal to Wino Willy's. Someone has hung their laundry out to dry. A puke-green dumpster overflows with all kinds of nasty, odoriferous garbage. Size 38 double D. Above this, they stop counting. You wonder if the laundry stays clean while it's drying, considering all the pollution and the pigeons. Nice BVDs. You wonder if the laundry stays clean while it's drying, considering all the pollution. Yeah, I've already done that. Already read it. The pantyhose flutter gently in the noxious back alley breeze. Not being trained in mountain climbing techniques, you find yourself unable to scale the wall up to the roof. The building is made of cheap brick. Better hope an earthquake never hits. You can't jump that high, Bonds. The graffiti doesn't feel any better than it looks. Let the citizens have their privacy officer. You'll never reach them from here, just as well, since you have no use for them. You can't reach it. You briefly considered taking the pantyhose just as a prank, but what would you do with them? You have better things to do, officer. Leave the civilians' laundry alone. You have your own, Bonds. Jeez, Bonds, don't touch it. It probably has fleas. You shouldn't pick up trash, Bonds. There are rats in this locale, and you could easily get bitten, or worse. You don't have time to pick up garbage, Bonds. You're a cop. What do you think this is, EchoQuest? If you crawl around in that vile-smelling dumpster, Bonds, no one will come near you for the rest of the day. Have some self-respect, man. Though this PDA really revolts you, you prudently decide not to interrupt their make-out session. Young, poor, oversexed hoodlums tend to get territorial. PDA, public display of affection. You can't reach the window. Find something better to do. Your fingers come away coated with a sticky, slimy gray substance. Yuck. If you drank that much beer, you'd hurl like a fire hydrant, Bonds. You jump and jump, but you just can't reach the wires. It's funny. Crud-encrusted power lines add to the overall ambiance of the alley. The world-famous giant beer mug that marks the back entrance to Wino Willy's, one of the major amusement attractions of Lytton. It is almost as well loved as the world-famous talking bear that used to sit out in front of the Lytton Police Academy. Lots of disgusting garbage is lying around the alley. Excuse me, you two. They don't respond. It's impossible to tell whether they actually didn't hear you, since they are making some noise of their own, or whether they're purposely ignoring you. Pardon me, would you two care to break it up? You hear only slurping. In response, you decide to drop this particular interaction. It's Wino Willy's, the most repulsive, sleazy, low-life bar in town. The pool table is covered with patches, tears, and cigarette burns. It's your typical over-the-pool table, dust-covered green lamp. It has one flickering fluorescent bulb that makes you feel like you're in a silent movie. Pool cues of different lengths are in the rack on the wall. It's a chalkboard, probably for keeping score. It's a bench for pool spectators. It's an ancient pinball machine with real rolling digit counters, lame flippers, wimpy kickers, half-burned-out lights, barely audible bells, and elliptical balls. It's a tool company's cheesy cheesecake calendar. Closer inspection reveals the date to be February 1969. Well, that explains the girl's white lipstick and bubble hairdo anyway. It's an ad for Bubba Beer, brewed in the hills of Bootjack, California. The sign says, no gun rack, no NRA sticker, no service. A much punctured dartboard and bent rusted darts. It's Wino Willy himself. Just looking at him makes you want to take a bath in disinfectant. These grime-coated stools make the ones in Carol's look positively upscale. Wino Willy's bar is a horror of unwashed linoleum, peeling particle board, and unidentifiable solidified glop. You shudder just looking at it, thinking of the lives that have been slowly poisoned, the minds that have slipped into a hazy, timeless oblivion here. You suspect there's a beautiful 1959 Wurlitzer jukebox under all that dust and grime. The jukebox has a lot of boozy torch songs, redneck country hits about getting revenge on cheating women folk, and lots of Elvis Presley. Nothing newer than 1974. You don't see your favorite song, Dream Cop, by the Foxy Cadets, so you decide not to play anything at all. Leave that alone, Sonny. You'll put your eye out. You tug it... you don't want that, Bonds. The Bubba Beer ad wouldn't add much to the decor of your apartment, Bonds. As charming as Miss February 1969 may be, an officer of the law does not take other people's property. As much as you'd love to play a rousing round of pinball, you have other things to do. Oh, come on, you can't be tired already. Feeling a pang of guilty pleasure, you write Sonny B was here. No need to go waving pool cues around. You've been issued more intimidating equipment. Yep, it's a dust-covered green pool table lamp. You don't have time to play pool, Bonds. Don't even think about it. You can't afford a new uniform, Bonds, and you'd have to burn this one if you sat on that stool. There's nothing on it you need unless you need sticky pools of beer spilled years ago by 1,000 thirsty lowlifes. Not only do you not belong back there, you'd rather snorkel through the sewer than go anywhere near there. How does the health department let them get away with it? Back here is where Willie keeps the virulent poisons that he passes off as drinks here. Watching the cockroaches skitter to and fro, you sincerely hope that the alcohol covering the bar will kill them before they can cross the bar and jump you. Wow. Good afternoon, Mr. Willy or Wiley? Willy Wiley. Good afternoon, officer. Can I get you anything? Willie smiles an oily smile that makes you want to wash your hands. His eyes are darting around like a paranoid poodle's. Not today, thanks. Okay. Alright. What does that say? Sago, Chico, Morgan, and Fletch. Politely wipe your feet. Yep, gotta be a gentleman. Nobody dropped anything. Steve isn't a physical kind of guy. He's looking pretty cranky right now, too. Don't handle the patrons unless Carol asks for help. Oh, Sonny, don't tempt me. In your high school days, you'd have been tempted to steal something like a menu board and display it in your room. You're over that now. Carol's bathroom brings to mind that old adage. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Even though the whole place would probably look better in the dark, you resist the urge. It's Carol's job to grab the platters of food. It's being used. Besides, you have better things to do. Don't touch the window. If you do, you'll end up needing to wash your hands. Pardon me, may I ask you something? The patron mumbles something unintelligible, probably because of the mouthful of food currently being masticated. Sorry for bothering you. Oh, honey, I'd love to talk, but I got a couple of orders up. Is everything okay? Good. Boy, my poodles are really barking today. I gotta soak these things in some Epsom salts soon. Catch you later, Sonny. It's the door to Caffeine Carol's bathroom. There used to be a sign on the door saying Carol's throne room, but Carol was ribbed about it one too many times. Nice pattern. This isn't the kind of thing anyone would ever like to see when drunk. It's a little nauseating even when you're sober. It's a light switch. The large menu board lists some of the greasiest dishes in town. You can feel your arteries seizing up just looking at them. Beyond the grimy window of Carol's is the grimy street. The patronage is comprised of people with either very little money or very little taste. It's one of the vintage 1950s booths Carol is so proud of. The food stuck between the seats is vintage 1950s too. Interesting. These vinyl stools have cradled many a gluteus maximus in their time. This is your usual caffeine ingesting spot. Carol is a veteran coffee dispenser. Working for others at first, she scrimped and saved her tips until she could afford a place of her own. Stumped for a name for her little cafe, she finally settled on Carol's. That was 20-something years ago, she would tell you. 40-something would probably be more accurate, however. That's the kitchen where most of Lytton's outrageous culinary crimes and atrocities are committed. There's no one you need to call right now, officer. It's an LT&T payphone. Hi, buddy. Glad you could make it. So what's up? How's your shift going? How's my shift going? Well, other than going to the scene of a car wreck and finding a dead guy, probably a 377, my shift's going okay. How's yours? And 377 is assault and battery. No way, you found a murder victim? How did you know he was murdered? A bullet hole in the middle of his forehead. Little clues like that. No way. That's bizarre, Sonny. Are they gonna let you work on the case? No, I don't think so. Hamilton had it covered. I kind of hope they keep me updated, though. Hamilton's a good guy, cool as ice. I've seen him on the scene of a homicide that could have, been right out of a horror movie, just collecting information and evidence like it was nothing. I was this close to barfing, and Sam, remember Sam? Sam was losing his lunch on the pavement. Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. Well, that was pretty cool, you know. Oh yeah? I find that hard to believe, Bonds. You used to lose it during training films. Right, Johnson. Not in your lifetime. Okay, I almost did. Okay, the reason I didn't is because I skipped breakfast. Happy now? That, I believe. Lordy, couldn't you boys discuss something a little less disgusting? You're gonna scare off my customers. Here's your coffee. You want any pie? No thanks, Carol. For some reason, I'm not real hungry right now. Okay, you boys have a good break now. Thanks, Carol. It isn't us scaring off her customers, it's this liquid fertilizer she serves as coffee. Huh. So anyway, did you get an ID on the guy? No, not yet. I hope they tell me when they do. So how's your girlfriend? Oh, she's okay. She's given up karate to work on her tan. I can't say I disapprove. That's good to know. She was dangerous enough to start with, Steve. Hey, watch it, Bonds. Just because you don't know anything about women. Maybe you should offer a class, Steve. I'm sure everyone is dying to hear the secrets of your success. Smartass. At least I have a girlfriend. I don't have to make phone calls to 1-900 numbers. Dream on, Johnson. I've never called one of those numbers. Hey, listen, Sonny, I didn't mean... Got my computer in narcotics. What do I need with women when I've got a computer? I always wondered why the light was on in the narcotics office after hours. Okay, well, we're playing Truth or Dare. Admit it. You're the gremlin, right? Nope. Talking so much crap to each other. Sonny, you got a phone call over here. Thanks, Carol. I'll be right back, Steve. Hello, this is Officer Sonny Bonds. Lieutenant Hamilton. Officer Bonds, this is Lieutenant Hamilton. I have an ID on that 1144. He was a low-level drug dealer named Lonnie West. Just as we suspected, he was killed by a bullet to the brain. I thought you'd be interested to find out. If you hear anything that might be pertinent, let me know immediately. Yes, sir, I will. And thank you, Lieutenant Hamilton. I appreciate your passing that information along. You're welcome, Bonds. Fine work this afternoon, by the way. Remember, keep your eyes open. Goodbye. Goodbye, sir. What was that all about? Lieutenant Hamilton got the ID on the car wreck victim. He was a small-time dope dealer named Lonnie West, and they also determined the cause of death with the bullet wound in the forehead. What a surprise. I'd have thought it was Carol's coffee. You're morbid, Steve. I calls him as I sees him, Bonds. Well, we better split, huh? And don't forget Jack's party tonight at the Blue Room, Sonny boy. Yeah, let's go, Johnson. Time to save the world. See you tonight. You drink the coffee. Come on, fess up. You're the one who's making old Dooley's life a living hell, aren't you? Not me, buddy. I thought it was you. Don't pull that innocent crap with me, Bonds. Those wide-eyed, what-me eyeballs wouldn't fool anybody. Believe what you want, Steve Orama. It's not me, but it is funny as hell. Poor old Dooley. I can't believe someone dyed his uniform pink. You're talked out. Perhaps it's time to hit the road. Yeah. And I suppose the coffee's around the house, right? Later, Stevie boy. Alright, so we're going to go back out to patrol. And we'll go ahead and save it. Actually, let's take a left. And this is what you do. You just patrol around until you get a call, or find a traffic violator, or whatever else. We're going to try to jump on Highway 41. Go to the other side of the city. I don't know which one's which. We'll try this one first. It might be the exit, but we'll see. No, it's the entrance. Cool. There we go. A pumping station. Ramps on and off Highway 41 can be found here. River Road, Poppy, Lily, Rose. We already looked at all those. Some of Lytton's best maintained and oldest stores and shops. One of the new industrial parks. Stores, shops, and restaurants that cater to the businesses surrounding them. Lots of business people, conventioneers, and lawyers. The Lytton Convention Center is usually vacant since Lytton hasn't been able to attract much convention business. One of the agribusinesses in the industrial park to the northeast owns and maintains greenhouses here. A gas station and mini-mart catering to the highway traffic. A few stores, particularly those that cater to highway travelers. I can't remember if I read that or not. A mini mall. Excuse me. A grassy vacant lot, not a very safe place to hang out. One of Lytton's newer office buildings. It's hoped that an influx of business will help the area pick up a bit. The south end of Lytton's Village Green. Business people from the surrounding blocks often eat lunch out here, and at night it's largely deserted. One of the new industrial parks. Some of Lytton's best maintained and oldest stores and shops. Part of the Lytton Village Green in the center of town. It's a nice, peaceful, lightly wooded area with a stream, and its proximity to the police station keeps it relatively safe. A lot that was apparently used for farming at one time. It doesn't do very well underneath Highway 41 though. One of those $20 $20 a night motels. You've been called there many times. The security at these places is non-existent. Lots of assaults, burglaries, and even rapes. Expensive little townhouses. An area of fancy, trendy little boutiques. Stores and restaurants. Okay, we've already read all those. Cool. Just exploring, just patrolling, that's all we're doing. And we're slowing down, even though there's no stop sign. You barely stop in time to see an incredible honey blonde blow through the intersection at warp 9. So immediately hit the siren. It automatically goes. With a flush of anticipation and an impending sense that your shyness is going to ruin a potentially mind-altering encounter, you pull over the speeding woman. So remember to save it. What you wouldn't do for a car like this one, right, on your salary, it'd take you a year just for the down payment. That would be more effective if you were out of your patrol car. It's your patrol car, yeah. It's Tony's, one of Lytton's trendier groceries. It's Tony's Market, a hothouse green grocer. The window shades are pulled. You can't see inside. It's one of the streets you patrol. This is one of the nicer ones. It's gray, it's concrete, it's the sidewalk. It's one of the streets you patrol. Okay, I've already read that. It's a sign for one of newer businesses in town, Frankie's Shoes. They've got a good location. Nice windows. Too bad the place will probably be closed in 6 months like every other small business that pops up in this town. You do notice one pair of shoes which would work as babe killers during your off hours, but not at $125 a pair. The red awning shields the upper crust shoppers in this part of town from such indelicate weather as sun and rain. A fire hydrant for upscale poodles to hose down. All kinds of fresh produce are displayed in front of the market. It's the entrance to the market. Cool. Dispatch is A332, run once on plate number AWYLD1. Plate number AWYLD1, registered to 1 Tawnee V Helmut. No wants, no warrants. Apparently dispatch has a better memory than you. Don't clutter the airwaves unless you've got new information for them. Yeah. So you always, at least with their policy, call out the license plate, just like on the first game. You always call out the license plate, call out the location, let them know where you are. They can run the plate, and then they came back and said there's no wants and warrants, so that doesn't mean that they're not dangerous, but we got some points out of that too, so that's good. Do your shopping some other time, officer. It won't do anything helpful. You don't have time to buy fruits and veggies right now, Bonds, but your mother would be proud of you. What are you planning to do? Walk up the wall? It feels solid, roughly textured, reassuring, like a good sidewalk should. Given the predominance of pets in the area, you think better of handling the fire hydrant. The name Stained Glass isn't an invitation for you to place your grubby mitts on it. Shop for shoes another time, Bonds. That's about it then, right? So we'll get out. Just click on the card. Your knees turn to water as the gorgeous young woman locks eyes with you. Her sweet, full lips curve into a smile that could turn ice water to steam. She lowers her eyelids and whispers, "Good day, officer. Have I done something wrong?" You open your mouth and discover your throat has gone dry. You clear it in a manly way and say, You ran a stop sign back there, miss. Can I have a picture? I mean, can I see your driver's license? She hands you her license, brushing your fingers with hers, and says, My name's Tawnee. What's yours, officer? Bonds. Sonny Bonds. I'm a policeman. You cringe at the colossally stupid words that just spilled from your mouth. But Tawnee doesn't laugh at you. She just smiles that smile and says, I'm so sorry, officer. I just didn't see that stop sign. I'm so embarrassed. I promise I'll never do it again. Please don't give me a ticket. Please, Officer Bonds. I can't afford a ticket. I'll be lucky if I can make my rent this month. Looking at the beautiful classic T-bird, you seriously doubt if that's true. Tawnee is batting her eyes at you. She bites her lip and says, Please, I'll never do it again, I promise. As you look at that beautiful mouth, you freeze up like a jack-lighted deer. Tawnee apparently takes your stunned puma expression for stony cop determination. She looks straight into your eyes and says, Please, Officer Sonny, I'll do anything if you'll let me go. Anything. She looks at you meaningfully. Your vitals turn to jello. So this is the part where we'll save it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a warning on purpose so we can get the... I think there's a phone number we can get out of this, but we're not going to do the warning. We're actually going to cite her. Please, Officer Bonds, I can't afford a ticket. I'll be lucky if I can make... Okay, yeah, we already read all that. So... Isn't there a way to... I thought there was a way to do it. Huh, okay. Well, no, I'm going to do that. I thought there was a way... Mustering all your willpower to stare down at your ticket book, you shakily make out a ticket. Ticket. Oh, okay. Are you going to give Tawnee a ticket or just a warning? So we'll do the warning first. Well, miss, I'll just let you off with a warning this time. We all make mistakes now and then. Oh, Sonny, thank you. Just to show my appreciation, let me give you something. I'd love to give it to you here, honey, but it would be so much more fun in private. My phone number is 555-7588. I'll be waiting. Because we can use a phone later to call. Have a nice day, miss. You too, Stud Muffin. You aren't going to change your mind about giving her a ticket now, are you? Yeah. I missed something, though, earlier. She blows you a kiss and your legs turn to rubber. Have a nice day, miss. Okay. Thanks again, Sonny Bunny. Call me, okay? That's funny. Okay. But we're not going to do that. So we're at 33 points still. Ticket. I'm sorry, miss, but running stop signs is very dangerous. I'd like to let you off with a warning, but I can't. As you write out the ticket, a strange transformation comes over Tawnee. It's pretty scary. Just when you think her face couldn't get any redder, she starts to scream. You little Nazi, all you care about is making your quota. You don't care about people. You just joined the force so you could carry a gun and feel like a man. You worthless little sack of brass buttons. Get your butt out of my sight, Officer Scummy Bonds. If you think I'm going to pay a red cent of this ticket, you're dead wrong. What's your badge number? I'm going to report you for harassment. They're going to hang your butt out to dry. By the time I'm through with you, you won't be able to get a job as a rent-a-cop at a trailer park. Go on, beat it, you stupid piece of white trash. Get out of my sight. Have a nice day, miss. Shove it, pig. Leave me alone. Yeah. I'll give you another ticket. Come on, Sonny. Fair is fair. She did run that stop sign, but you don't think one ticket is enough? Your knees turn to water as the gorgeous young woman locks eyes with you. Her sweet, full lips curve into a smile that could turn ice water to steam. Yeah. Okay, she's gorgeous, but isn't that just a tad unprofessional? And then that's it. 38, so we went from 33 to 38. That's right, go on back to your sty, pig. Go roll around in the mud with your good old boy pals. Get your job. Goodbye, pig. Oink, oink, oink. It's times like this that make you wonder why you bother. You're doing your job. You're trying to discourage reckless driving. Sometimes it seems like it'd be a lot easier to let these people kill themselves off. People are like that. They're just idiots, man. It's like, I've heard so many stories. People will tell me when they got stopped by the police or something, and how they were rude to the police or how the police were rude to them. I mean, it goes both ways, I guess. I'm sure there were rude cops out there. In fact, I know there are. I've encountered some. But doesn't mean they're all bad. Got a stop sign coming up. Through 32, we have a complaint at Caffeine Carol's Oak Street between 6th and 7th. Please investigate. Okay. So we're going to go investigate this complaint. The Lytton City Courthouse, the Lytton County Jail, Cotton Cove, a small alternative park and annex to Birch Park. Birch Park, named for the kindly caretaker who maintained the park for over 45 years, the park was originally called simply Lytton City Park. It's still a beautiful, well-tended park, but it's been getting a bad reputation as unsafe, especially at night. Some of Lytton's older office buildings, offices and stores, the Wilson Arms high-security apartments for the conspicuous consumer, the Sandberg Villa apartment complex catering to yuppies and upwardly mobile dink couples. The Lytton Police Station. I think that's it, right? I already read all these. Yeah. Ninth Street, 8th Street, 7th Street, 6th Street. So we're going up to Caffeine Carol's. 8332, please respond to complaint at Caffeine Carol's. Repeat, please respond to complaint at Caffeine Carol's. I'm en route. Speed up so I can go as fast as I can legally. Make sure you hit that before you turn, so it'll automatically make the vehicle go in to the driveway. These aren't your weekend rider type bikes. If anything, they're bad news. Rather than attempting to remove the bikes yourself, it would be more efficient to find the owners and convince them to make other parking arrangements. That's not a necessary step at this point. Yeah, well, okay. You're right. One might expect the infirm and the indigent to talk to themselves, but one does not expect this behavior of an officer of the law. It's you, Officer Sonny Bonds, proud member of the Lytton Police Department. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go inside, see what the complaint is. Probably about the bikes, right? Though there may be some dishes of dubious quality listed on Carol's menu, she makes a mighty fine pie. Had you not had to let your belt out another notch this morning, you might be tempted. An officer of the law must maintain certain minimum physical requirements. How does someone like Dooley get away with such a big spare tire anyway? Hello, Carol. I got a call stating that you want me to check something out. What's the problem? Sonny, it's those bikes out front. They're always there, you know. Not only can't my customers park their cars, but they're starting to think we got those kind of people frequenting my place of business. They're getting scared to come in at all. Can you do something, Sonny? Well, they're legally parked, but I'll see what I can do. I suppose the owners are around here somewhere. Please do what you can, Sonny. Those kind of people are a menace to decent folk like us. You're a sweetheart. Gosh, if the department only allowed you to accept gifts, I'd give you one of those nice big lemon meringue pies over there in the pie case. But I don't want to break any bribery laws or nothing. Sure, Carol. Whatever you say. Really, honey, my heart's in the right place. I just don't want to get into trouble, that's all. Whatever you say, Carol. Well, I'll see what I can do. Okay. So at this point, let's save it here. And we're going to go inside. I tried using the radio, but it's not letting me say anything. So we'll have the baton ready. I want the PR-24 nightstick. And go in. Please move your motorcycles. You're interfering with the business next door. Well, if it ain't Little Boy Blue. Hey, Little Boy Blue, how'd you like me to help you swallow your tongue? And you'd really be blue. Har. Come to Papa, piggy. Hooray, let's gut the little piggy. Biker thug. Alright. See. Some of Willy's patrons, you're supposed to treat everybody equally, but it's hard not to think of these people as low-life scum. The ones that give you so much grief on Friday and Saturday nights. Look, let's not get nasty here. All I need you to do is bleed, pig boy. Your attempt to reason, however noble, has failed. It would take Willy months to clean your blood off the walls. If you bothered to do it, that is. You've become an organic work of art, Bonds. Yahoo, it's barbecue time. Maybe you just weren't cut out to be a cop, Sonny. Now you're the face on the bar room floor. So you'll fail if you don't do much. They're not talking. None of them would be the slightest bit willing to help out a cop. Alright. So there's no reasoning with these guys. They're probably drunk, right? I'll make you eat that, pig. Oh man, ow. Hey man, we'll move the bikes, okay? We'll just do that now, okay? We're leaving, we're on our way out. Oh man, I'm gonna puke. There isn't a single patron in this bar who would sit still for being touched by a cop, unless you count Marie, who is probably less of a patron and more of a solicitor. Sweet cheeks Marie Wilkans. Despite the pounds of makeup and cheap costume jewelry, Marie's smile is so warm you feel yourself starting to squirm. You always had a crush on her in high school. Okay, so that's the same thing as before. Well, Marie, what's new on the street? You immediately regret phrasing your question in that particular manner. Marie doesn't seem offended, however. Tell you what, Sonny, I heard rumors about some new drug lord coming in and taking over everybody's action. The word is that he's really bad. A vicious dude, you know? But I'm not sure I buy into that. What do you mean, Marie? Well, I met this guy who claimed to be him. The Death Angel, I mean. His name was Kaufman or Hoffman or something. He was one weird dude, but he treated me okay. So anyway, we partied. He told me all kinds of wild stuff about how he was going to rule this town. Did you notice anything unusual about him? Did he mention any names? Marie sighs wistfully. All business, ain't you, honey? This Kaufman dude was a real sharp dresser. One thing I noticed about him, he had a tattoo of a little red rose over his left nipple. It was kind of cute, actually. Most of the stuff he said was just BS. You guys will say anything to impress a girl, won't you? Well, Marie laughs and smiles at you. Never mind, Sonny. Anyway, the only name he mentioned was some dude named Baines. The first name was Josh. No, Jesse. That's right, Jesse. He didn't say much about him either. It was like as soon as he realized he said the name, he shut up. Well, that's about the long and short of it, baby. Marie winks at you. Listen, Marie, you've been a big help. Let me give you a tip. We're going to be starting a sweep of local ladies of the evening. It's called Operation Trick Trap. The streets are going to be crawling with cops. You better lie low for a few days. I'd hate to see you behind bars. Sonny, how sweet. Thank you for warning me. You always were the sweetest boy. I used to love to watch you laugh at those silly notes I'd pass you in biology. Well, listen, honey, I've got to go. I've got an appointment. Maybe see you around sometime. Probably so, Marie. Take care of yourself, okay? If you want me to, Sonny, I will. There are suddenly 100 things you wish you could say to Marie, but you have business to take care of, and so does she. You can't talk to anybody else in here, just so you know. And how about that? They're all gone. I don't think you'll have a problem with those motorcycles anymore, Carol. I suggested to them that they find another place to park. Oh, Sonny, that's my brave boy. Did you beat him up? Did you, have to get rough with him? No, rubber hose or anything, Carol. Honest, no, they were very, very agreeable. Well, you're an angel. Just for that, I'll give you 10% off your next piece of pie. Thanks, Carol. Not necessary. Oh, you deserve it. Well, I ain't gonna make a living standing and drawing all day. Thanks again, Sonny. You bet. Alright. Usually, they call on the radio, let dispatch and them know what's going on. But, not necessary right now. So we'll go ahead and save it. Well, look at that. You slam on your brakes barely in time to avoid smashing into the side of a car that appears to be operated by a very DUI driver traveling at about 50 miles per hour down heavily populated city streets. With caution so as to not panic the obviously intoxicated motorist, you slowly edge him over to the curb. So, possible DWI, or DUI, as we say DWI here in Texas. You check out the white Chevy Beretta, noting its license plate number. Perhaps exiting the patrol car would make that task possible. Al's Bait and Tackle, D's Gunsmith, ammo. Al's Bait and Tackle and D's Gunsmith have been in business for a very long time. They have recently installed expensive alarm systems due to the dramatic rise in the crime rate. That's the biggest fishing fly you've ever seen. With a snappy sign, you particularly admire the crosshairs and the O. It's the bell to the burglar alarm system. If someone breaks in here, the whole street will know about it. A very expensive burglar alarm system. The shop owners aren't taking any chances. It's a light pole. This is one of the many streets on your beat. The door is heavily barred to keep out burglars and vandals. The windows are barred. A layer of dust prevents you from seeing inside. It's a garbage can. It's full of garbage. The buildings are old but sturdy. The sign says keep out, but you know damn well that lots of people ignore it. The sidewalks are kind of grungy, but they look positively sterile compared with the carpeting in Wino Willy's. Many merchants have thriving businesses on the streets of Lytton. It is only recently that they have begun to feel threatened by crime. It's a narrow, dark alley. Looks like the perfect place for a policeman to be ambushed. Pigeons. Pigeons. Noun. Any of a family of birds with stout bodies, short legs, and smooth, compact plumage. Pigeons are found both in domestication and in the feral state in cities around the world. In fact, 2 pigeons located in Lytton, California, are staring at Officer Sonny Bonds right now. Acres of asphalt, otherwise known as a street. Dispatch, this is 8332. Run once on plate number BSOTD1. Plate number BSOTD1 registered to William J. Barnum. 2 previous DUI convictions. Dispatch, this is 8332. I'm still at the scene of a DUI stop. 8332 out. Alright. The sign is painted on a piece of scrap metal. The edges are sharp. You should probably leave it alone. You're moved to punch the light pole in frustration, but you restrain yourself. That won't do anything helpful. No need to check the alarm bonds. Didn't your mother tell you that flies carry germs? As much as you admire it, you can't touch it. Don't mess with the door bonds. You'll set off the burglar alarm. Being careful not to set off the alarm, you wipe away a little of the dust and look inside, just as you suspected it's a gun shop. It's just a sidewalk, Bonds. There's no reason to touch the pavement. Quit hugging bricks and try pounding the pavement once in a while, Bonds. You have business elsewhere. Lurk in dark alleys on your own time. Quit I'm just going to see if I can get the pigeons. Guess not, huh? A pigeon. It's a pigeon, not a parrot. You don't want it. You can't reach it, so forget it. Damn it, Bonds, you're a policeman, not a sign painter. Do other policemen dig in the trash, or is it just you, Bonds? The feel of fine cinder block. Alright. So let's take a look, see what's going on with this guy. The guy in the window rolls his the guy in the car rolls down his window, which seems to be a major effort for him. He looks up at you, trying to hold his head steady. You always find some amusement and disgust in the way hopelessly drunk people try so hard to look straight and nonchalant. I didn't do nothing wrong, Ossifer. Ossifer, belch. I'm a respectable man. Can I see your license, please? My license? Sure, let's see. No, that's my gun club card. Here we go. No, wait, that's my library card. Okay, here it is. Bill Barnum's driver's license. It's the license of Bill Barnum, your DUI suspect. So you could write him a ticket, or you can take him to jail. If you want to see fails and stuff like that, I'm going to let you just do that on your own. But I'm going to go ahead and just move on. And show you what you're supposed to do properly. Just save it. You said this guy is about 7 sheets to the wind. A field sobriety test is in order. Please step out of the car, Mr. Barnum. You got it, Ossifer, pup. Watch your shoesies. I'm feeling a little sick. Haha. Mr. Barnum, I'm going to conduct a field sobriety test to determine whether or not you're under the influence. You are under the influence. I'd like you to stand on the line and walk toward me heel to toe. Good straight line. Mr. Barnum performs his field sobriety test with the grace of a crude oil-coated waterfowl. Actually, the waterfowl probably would have done better. No doubt about it, this guy's truly hammered. I think you better come with me, Mr. Barnum. Hey, where are you taking me, Ossifer? Help! The man is obviously frightened. You speak to him calmly and reassuringly. You cleverly slip in his Miranda rights between the gentle words. Oh, yeah. Let's do the cuffs. Please step up to the car, sir. Hey, Ossifer, you don't need to cuff me. I'll be good, I swear. Oh, alright, alright. Listen, could you cuff me in the front? I'm not feeling so good. Be a sport, huh? No. It's regulation. You always cuff them in the back, and it's for safety. I'm sorry, sir, but I have to follow departmental regulations. Oh, shoot, Ossifer, you're no fun. Come on, Mr. Barnum, let's get in the car. Okay. So, I guess I can't do anything else, right? Alright. Let's click on the back door then. It just opened on its own. You open the door for Mr. Barnum, who gets in shakily. You truly hope he doesn't upchuck on your upholstery. Alright, so we're going to head to the jail now. I don't think there's anything else for us, right? And no, I'm not going to run the license siren at a stop sign. I think I saw in a development picture or something they had traffic lights here, and then I guess they took them out. Good music. So we're going to go here. And you see the drive-through, the entrance. Get that blinker ready so he turns right. And wait till you get about halfway before you do this blinker, otherwise it'll count it as one block. It's kind of weird how it does that. I just remember it doing that and it skipped me. Wouldn't let me go. If I'm not mistaken... Okay, buddy, out of the car. You're home now. Okay, Ossifer, can do. No problemo. Always willing to Cooper... Do whatever you say. Please stand over by the door. Sure thing, Ossifer. No problemo. Just want to Cooper, do what you just said. Boy, this guy's a mess. This is the Lytton County Jail. That's the barred office window of the Lytton County Jail. The attractive foliage probably makes your average suspect feel much better about his or her plight. The sidewalk just happens to be conveniently located between the driveway and the jail entrance. Many an unwilling guest has marched down this very walkway. That's the razor wire fence enclosing the jail's exercise yard. This is the button you push to gain entry to the jail. These are sidearm storage lockers. That's the remote-controlled door to the jail interior. Your attractive foliage probably makes your average suspect feel much better about... Okay, we already read that. So I remember there was a glitch or something. If you clicked on like a plant or something like that with the hand, the game would cut out. So if it does that, I'm sorry. Nice and sturdy. You wouldn't want to try going over that fence. Just thinking about it makes you want to cross your legs. Ouch, those plants are prickly. Yep, nice and strong. Keeps perps in, keeps vandals out. Don't bother. It has a perfectly good foundation and interior columns to help hold it up. Oh, okay. Don't touch that concrete. You don't know where it's been. can't open it yourself. So make sure you put your gun in the locker. These are sidearm storage lockers. Yep. And it's got a red key in it, so take that out. And we're going to put the gun in. Okay. You press the entry buzzer, alerting the guard inside that you wish to enter. Okay, buddy, your new room is waiting. Go on inside. Nice nap. Hick. Please move to the wall and remain still, Mr. Barnum. Yeah, that's a good idea. Off hick, off the chair. Maybe it'll help study this friggin' room. Paul looks like the kind of guy built to wear leisure suits and spend his life in cheesy discos. His orange tan suggests an unfortunate go-around with a tube of instant tan. All he needs are a few gold chains and a bottle of breath spray. Alright. You should have the prisoner moved to the middle of the room before attempting to remove the handcuffs. You know, I'm not feeling so good. The booking room is decorated in that oh-so-fashionable, gut-boggling institutional green. It's another of the departmental holding facilities. Much as you expected, it's a jail cell. Many of Lytton's finest criminals have cooled their heels here. A heavy bulletproof window separates Paul from the clientele. It's best that way. His breath could easily be ruled a violation of one's civil rights. I think that's about it. Hey, keep your grubby fingers off of the glass, Bonds. It's Paul. Nah, you're not in the mood for incarceration today. This is holding cell number 2. Here you'll often find some of the less desirable elements of society. The room isn't quite clean enough to pass the white glove test, but the clientele usually don't complain. So, we're going to book him for several things. I don't think we can give the... That's not proper treatment of someone's personal effects. We'll go ahead and talk to Paul. Excuse me. I've got another guest for your fine establishment, Paul. He looks well lubed. He better not spackle my cell, Bonds. You're cleaning it up if he does. What's the official violation? So here, this is where we need to put the correct violations in. And you can do more than one to get the points. So we've got... The initial one would be driving under the influence of intoxicants. So we'll do... You have to look in the manual. It'll be 21603. Driving under the influence of intoxicants. Just goes to show you any crap for brains can get a driver's license. So that was a point. We're at 59. We can do not in full control of faculties. We'll try that one. How about that? I'm not going to save it yet. Not in full control of faculties. 44729. Damn it. Not in full control of faculties. Of his faculties, huh? Boy, you bringing all of Congress in here. Alright, so that's 60. That was a point. Reckless driving, we could do that. 29211. Reckless driving, huh? Sounds like something you should get an award for. Get it? Reckless driving? Ha! Alright, 61. Let's save it real quick. So that's 3 so far. Evading arrest, you wasn't evading. Exceeding the maximum speed limit. Don't think so. Following too close, driving too fast. Failure to stop at a stop sign, failure to stop at a red light. Driving too fast and driving too slow in the fast lane. Following too close. Yeah, so none of those really worked. Stolen vehicle, no. Driver's license not in possession, no. He had that. Driving with suspended license, hit and run, none of those work. Concealed weapon, cocaine, controlled substance, no. burglary, assault and battery on an officer, assault, battery, armed robbery, kidnapping, attempted murder, murder, resisting arrest. He didn't really do any of that. So I think those are the three as far as vehicle codes go. Let me try exceeding the maximum speed limit, but I don't think that's it, though. 26504. Exceeding the maximum speed limit. Another speed freak. Oh, okay. That was a point. I don't think you ran a stop sign or a light, but let's try those. So we'll do failure to stop for a stop sign, 13301. Failure to stop at a stop sign, definitely a hardened criminal. That's 62 points. 63, wow. I'm very surprised. I guess he did run the stop sign, but we'll try light. This one for sure is not going to work. 21490, failure to stop at a red light. Failure to stop at a red light. What's the matter, Bonds? Did he drive past your girlfriend's house without paying? Just kidding, Sonny, old pal. That's 63. 64, wow. I guess we could just say that he did all these things while he was driving recklessly. But he wasn't driving too slow in the fast lane. He wasn't following too close. We'll save it. So you got that? So far, we got driving under the influence of intoxicants, 21603. I'm giving you the codes. Not in full control of faculties, 44729. Reckless driving, 29211. Exceeding the maximum speed limit, 26504. Failure to stop for a stop sign, 13301. And failure to stop for a red light, 21490. So those are the ones we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So he had his license. It wasn't suspended, I don't think, but let's try the suspended license real quick. 14304. I don't think it's suspended. Is it? Yeah, one more time, please. That means we failed. So when you restore it, some of this stuff disappears, but don't worry. Following too close. 22679. Okay, not that one. 21068. Yeah, I didn't think so. I think that's it. So let me give you these again. Driving under the influence of intoxicants, 21603. Not in full control of faculties, 44729. Reckless driving, 29211. Failure to stop for a stop sign, 13301. Failure to stop for a red light, 21490. And exceeding the speed limit, the maximum speed limit, 26504. I think that was it. I don't think there were any other ones. So at least 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the 6 vehicle codes you need to enter to get the points. And then after you've done the last one, it'll give you the point, like 64, like it did for me, and just hit enter again when you're done. Doors open, Sonny. Anytime. Mr. Barnum, please move to the center of the room so I can remove your cuffs. Excuse me. Step into the cell, please. Hey, Sonny, aren't you going to remove the guy's cuffs? That guy's cuffs first? Oh, yeah. And we gave his license up automatically, so that's good. Okay, you might want to rub those wrists to get the circulation going again. Okay, Mr. Barnum, it's time to weave your way to the cell. Weave over there. So, at this point, Detective Laura Watts just showed up. She wouldn't show up if you write the memo. If you put the memo in for a request to narcotics, she won't show up. But I did it just so you could see it. Sonny, glad I spotted your black and white. I just wanted to let you know about an opening narcotics. Morgan is accepting transfer requests now. Fill one out and turn it in when you get back to the station. I'm headed back there. Catch you later. Hey, Sonny, how's it going? How you doing, Paul? Fine, thanks. Much as you expected, it's a jail cell. Many of Lytton's finest criminals have cooled their heels here. I think I read that already. Alright, so we're going to go back out. Don't forget to grab the gun. Okay. Well, that was a weird glitch. Never seen that, I don't think. Damn. I don't remember turning the volume up that high. At this point, you could drive around, I think, but I think dispatch tells you to go back to the station. I don't remember. It's been a minute. But, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the station to save time. And now you're off duty, so you're going to go to the sergeant's office and report to him, and then go hang out with A332. You are code 1019. Repeat, you are 1019. 1019 is return to office, so there you go. And remember, stay straight when you're on a big building like this. Once you get halfway, now you can turn right. Once you get past the halfway point, and there we go. So she's talking about fill out transfer request there, but we're going to wait a little bit longer. Looks like we'll save it. Hey Sonny, you got to see this. Dooley's really got his hands full. I don't know who this gremlin is, but I sure am enjoying the grief he's causing Dooley. Oh geez, I'm supposed to see Dooley pronto. He's going to take a few pounds off of my hide if I don't get in there. Well, I hope he's got time to see you. He looks busier than a one-legged man. One-legged man? Or one-legged? Like one-legged man at a butt-kicking contest. Damn, I cracked myself up. A chicken. A chicken. Somebody left a damn chicken on my desk. This is not funny. What kind of person thinks this is funny? Damn that gremlin. Bonds, do you think this is funny? Do you? You better not have done this, Bonds. I'll have your head on a platter if you did. Do you understand me? It better not be you, Bonds, so help me, I'll make the gremlin wish he were never born. I'll have his badge, and I won't... Oh, no, no. Someone has played a juvenile prank on Sergeant Dooley. This chicken is blissfully adding to the crap that litters Dooley's office. Never touch a crazed chicken, Bonds. It could turn that beak on you in a heartbeat. Buck, 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 buck. Bagok, buck, 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 bagok, bagok. Translation, what a pigsty this office is, and I thought I was raised in a barn. You don't think Sergeant Dooley is in the mood for chit-chat right now? Don't do that. Oh no, my paperwork, you stupid chicken. I'm gonna wring someone's neck for this. Bonds, what are you looking at? Your shift is over, isn't it? So get your sorry butt out of here right now, Bonds, now. Now. Boy, I bet Dooley's really pissed. You're not kidding, he's mad enough to lay an egg himself. Hey, don't forget Jack's little surprise party. We'll see you at the blue room after you change out of your blues. Good one, I got it. Alright, so what you want to do is put your keys back. Put the radio back. Let it recharge. You have to kind of angle it a certain way. There you go. And check your pigeonhole. See if you got any mail. Can you sit down? You don't have time to sit around now. Get out there and write some tickets. Nice. Steve's pigeonhole has a stack of subpoenas. Your pigeonhole is empty. Okay, cool. Check when you can, though. Sometimes you get mail. And so we're going to go ahead and leave. Get changed. Go off duty. Go to the blue room. Take a shower before you do it. Get on stinky. You get the towel and put it on. You were raised to be modest. You carefully hang up your uniform. Those cleaning bills are a wallet drainer, and they're non-deductible. That sucks. You can find this combination, by the way. I probably should have said something earlier, but you can find it on page 41 of the manual, the Police Quest manual. The score was 26-9, so that's how he remembers. You grab your street clothes and slide them on. Ah, much better. Nice, at the same time. Camaro keys. It's the key to your personal car, a sleek Camaro. Paperwork? Now? You're off duty. Who wants to do paperwork when they're off duty? Do it on police time. Yeah. No kidding. He kind of dresses the same as on Police Quest 3. So now it's time to have some fun, relax, hang out with Jack Cobb at his birthday party. So I'm going to end the video right here. So we're at 70 of 225. But I'll end the video right here, and that'll conclude the second video. And I'll come back and we'll start the third one. So be ready for that. Keep an eye out. And I hope these videos are helpful. And I'll see you on the next one.